John and Toni Terry looked happier than ever as they stepped out for a romantic date night in London on Thursday. The upbeat outing comes after John recently enjoyed an explosive Twitter debut where a fan questioned how many wives had banged this year after the ex-England captain called one user's wife a pig. The 40-year-old sportsman appeared unfazed by the drama as he partied at Chiltern Firehouse until the early hours with Toni, who put on a leggy display in a thigh-skimming black mini dress. Toni looked stunning as she stepped out in the LBD and elongated her lithe legs with a pair of black stilettos. She kept warm in a suede wrap coat and put on a glamorous display in a full face of makeup with her caramel dresses styled in big bouncy curls. Meanwhile, John cut a sharp figure in navy tailored trousers, a baby blue shirt and a grey blazer. Toni looked bleary-eyed as they arrived at the West London social hotspot at 2 a.m. and stayed in the upmarket restaurant until the early hours. John made an explosive Twitter debut this month as he shared a series of shocking, tongue-in-cheek exchanges with fans. The former England captain joined the microblogging site to the delight of fans, and while many of his messages have been supportive, a handful of his tweets have seen him hit out at critics and even slam their partners. As well as branding fans' wives pigs, he also responded to a swipe which alluded to his alleged 2009 affair with his then-teammate Wayne Bridges' partner Vanessa Pairwunsel, after a fan asked, "How many wives you banged this year?" While many were making negative references to his past, others were showing his idol status, with a slew of fans showing their tattoo tributes to the star. John, who has been married to his childhood sweetheart Toni since 2007, is yet to be verified on Twitter under the handle @John2606Terry and later under @JohnTerry26, but has responded to a number of messages insisting his account was legitimate. When he was welcomed to Twitter by cricketer Kevin Peterson, a follower penned, "Best make sure wife doesn't follow him," in reference to his rumored romance with his former teammate Wayne's partner. In an acerbic reply, the football legend cruelly referenced the follower's own wife, writing, "You're safe, just seen yours on your account," with a pig emoji. It was then that a follower inquired over his banging wives, after which he crudely responded, "Ask your missus," in a tongue-in-cheek jibe. The official Twitter account for West Norwood Football Club then jumped to his defense over the banging wives commenters. Officials behind the page bent, "Wonder how many reply chasers are gonna be double original and ask John Terry about banging wives?" alongside a gif of Steve Carell's The Office character Michael Scott looking exasperated. He also branded a fan a donut after his grammar errors were highlighted. One fan insisted that wife Terry would confiscate John's phone if she saw him being a menace on Twitter, alongside an image of the Obamas. Not all the messages were negative, however, as a slew of fans were delighted to see him on the site and also that he was interacting with his followers. He also shared a picture of his office, showing a board to map out tactics and a vast cabinet heaving with his many accolades and trophies over the years. John then shared a selfie and revealed he was working towards responding to his fans, writing, "Sat on the train replying to as many as I can on Twitter." Sharing an image of a fan's tattoo tribute to him, boasting his name and accolades on his legs, he penned a heart-wrenching response. John wrote, "Unbelievable, this blue heart. So grateful and proud to have had an impact on people's lives, giving everything for our club." Yet more fans shared images of their many tattoos paying tribute to the star. The crass references come over a decade after the explosive story in which John was named as having an affair with the ex-girlfriend of teammate Wayne. The then England captain wed Toni in 2007, while Bridges understood to have split with French-born underwear model Per Wuncel at the end of 2009. He had won a gagging order stopping the public learning about the alleged affair, but the injunction was lifted in 2010. Both John and Wayne, who is now married to the Saturday's Frankie Bridge, both played together at Chelsea and with England. His so-called super injunction was granted by a High Court judge under human rights laws. He had successfully claimed that exposing his alleged infidelity would be a breach of his right to a private and family life. The judge, Mr. Justice Tugendhat, lifted the injunction, however, saying, "I do not consider that an interim injunction is necessary or proportionate. Having regard to the level of gravity of the interference with the private life of the applicant that would occur in the event that there is a publication of the fact of the relationship, or that the applicant can rely in this case on the interference with the private life of anyone else." Mr. Justice Tugendhat granted the interim order to lawyers acting for LNS, as Terry is identified on court papers, at a private hearing in London at the time. He said that it should remain in force until he delivered his decision on the application, which he gave in writing. The order covered the fact of a specified personal relationship between Terry and a named person, details about it including certain specific consequences, information leading to the identification of Terry or the other person, and any photographs relating to it. Giving his reasons for refusing to renew the injunction, the judge said, "I accept that the information sought to be protected is not in the public domain in the sense that there is nothing left to be protected. But the evidence is that there has been wide circulation amongst those involved in the sport in question, including agents and others, and not just amongst those directly engaged in the sport. If the injunction ought otherwise be granted, I would not refuse it on this basis. But the fact that the information has become as widely available to so many people, means that an injunction is less necessary or proportionate than would otherwise be the case. Further, if, as I think likely, the real concern of the applicant in this case is the effect of publication upon the sponsorship business, then damages would be an adequate remedy if Terry succeeds at trial."